Well, if it isn't another day in paradise, where we get to witness the latest disaster that is the ARK trailer. I mean, who doesn't love a good train wreck? This one promises to be so bad it might just make my bog smell like a field of daisies. Get ready for some delightful disappointment as we dive into this gem of a video that apparently has everyone scratching their heads and wondering if they should just stick to playing hopscotch instead. I'll be here, rolling my eyes and croaking my way through the nonsense. So make sure to stick around, and hey, if you enjoy watching me suffer through this, maybe give that like button a little poke or subscribe if you want more of my grumpy commentary. Now let's see just how horrible this trailer really is. Buckle up, folks.
Oh dear, somehow we found ourselves making another video today. Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video. Now today, we are going to be reacting to the ARK Aquatica.
Oh, the classic we're back for another video intro. Nothing says originality like recycling the same tired line. It's like they're trying to convince us this is a grand event, when really, it's just another day in the content factory. I can practically hear the gears grinding. Let's hope the actual content is more exciting than this lackluster setup. Otherwise, I might just doze off right here in my bog.
Official load. But anyway, on from that, it's time to talk about this trailer and watch it. So
finally, we're getting to the trailer. I was starting to think we'd just be stuck in a never-ending loop of promotional fluff. Let's see if this trailer is worth the hype or if it's just another overcooked dish served up with a side of disappointment. I'm ready to roll my eyes at whatever nonsense they throw at us.
And watch it. So pretty much we found out in the early hours of this morning saying ARK Aquatica is being developed by Snail Games USA Colorado. Please follow them for more updates. Studio Wildcard remains entirely dedicated to the production of ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2, and we're excited to bring ARK Lost Colony to you later this year. So a big debate that has been going on for many years is who makes the decisions when it comes to ARK. Is it Wildcard? Is it Snail Games? Is this a Wildcard decision? People saying they don't think it's Wildcard. People saying this is more Snail Games. What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Always being talked about. And what's been clear from this tweet is that Snail Games have seen how good the player count is for ARK Survival Evolved on PC. And they've decided that they feel like they wanted to try and do a DLC for 10 years of ARK.
The classic let's milk this franchise for all it's worth move. 80 LC for a decade of ARK. Sounds like they're just trying to squeeze a few more coins out of the players before they move on to the next shiny thing. It's like they think we're all just sitting around waiting for more of the same. How about some fresh ideas instead of rehashing old content? But hey, if it keeps the lights on, I guess I can't blame them too much.
Sort of play on the heartstrings of players that have loved this game for 10 years and thought that, you know, by releasing this DLC that, you know, it would sell well because there's still like 30 to 40,000 players, 1,000 players that still play on PC. And then Studio Wildcard, I think everyone knows they tweeted this because they wanted to protect themselves from they probably knew how bad this was going to be. So then earlier today, and do you know what? If I could be positive about this, I would. But there is nothing I can be positive about at the moment. And
well, look who's finally admitting it. It's refreshing to hear someone say there's nothing positive to say about a situation that's clearly a mess. Sometimes you just have to call it like it is. It's like trying to polish a toad. No matter how hard you try, it's still going to be a toad. Let's see if this trailer can change that or if we're just in for more disappointment.
And I had loads of people in the Loaded Crisis Discord saying, Dom, I've never seen you so flustered in videos. And again, I'm going to be like that. And, you know, I've used AI stuff and AI thumbnails, and I've dabbled in the world of AI because I thought it was going to be cool. And I started doing lots of videos of it, and many of you guys said, Dom, stop this. This is not a good thumbnail. This is not, you know, this, we don't like this. Can you work with more art creators, or can you do stuff for yourself? And I was like, you know what, I need to listen to people. I agree with this, and AI, as much as I feel like AI potentially can be good with certain things in the future, I don't think it will be that, it's not going to be that good in gaming because it takes away the talented people, talented artists, and I completely understand that. And that is why now I do most of my stuff myself. I try and use source as many assets I can from creators and all of that kind of stuff. And then obviously I will pay people for work because, you know, they deserve to be worked with it. So I've sort of learned, I never really liked it when I saw it. And I guess when you start to realize how bad it seriously actually looks, especially in gaming, you start to realize. And it now makes even more complete sense to me, because we're now going to watch this trailer. And when Studio Wildcard do stuff right, they do it amazingly. Their trailers are like movies.
Finally, some praise for the trailers. If Studio Wildcard can deliver cinematic quality, then maybe there's hope for this project after all. It's about time someone acknowledged that they can actually create something visually impressive. Let's see if this trailer lives up to that reputation, or if it's just another flashy distraction. I'm ready to be either impressed or utterly disappointed.
Movies. And this is probably one of the worst things. I don't even know how this can be linked in with...
Oh, here we go. The anticipation is building, and it sounds like we're about to dive into a dumpster fire of a trailer. If this is as bad as they say, it might just be the perfect blend of cringe and chaos. Let's see if it lives up to the hype or lack thereof. Buckle up, folks.
With anything to do with ARK. So anyway, let's just watch.
Finally, we're diving into the trailer. If this is as disconnected from ARK as they claim, it could be a wild ride. Let's see if it's a masterpiece or just a muddled mess. I'm ready to witness the spectacle. Bring it on.
ARK has brought you 10 years of unforgettable adventure. All of those journeys.
The classic nostalgia trip. They're really leaning into the remember when angle. It's like they think a montage of past glories will distract us from whatever this new venture is. But hey, if they can pull off some epic visuals while reminiscing, I might just give them a begrudging nod of approval. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Those fights for survival have been leading to this.
Well, it looks like we've stumbled into a moody cave scene. It's got that classic ominous adventure vibe, which could either mean something epic is about to happen, or it's just a fancy way to set the stage for disappointment. Let's see if they can deliver on the promise of all those fights for survival, or if this is just another pretty backdrop for more fluff.
Are you ready? A whole new world is waiting.
A whole new world? Sounds like someone's been watching too many Disney movies. If they think this is going to be some magical experience, they better deliver something spectacular. Otherwise, it's just going to feel like a cheap knockoff. Let's see if they can back up that claim with some actual substance.
And that is literally it. That is literally the entire trailer.
Well, that was underwhelming. A whole lot of build-up for what exactly? It's like they threw a bunch of pretty visuals at us and called it a day. If that's all they've got, I'm not sure how they expect to keep players engaged. It feels more like a teaser for a teaser than an actual trailer. Talk about a letdown.
I literally struggle to even have words to say how bad this is.
Now that's a sentiment I can get behind. When a trailer leaves you speechless, especially in a bad way, you know it's a disaster. It's like they took all the excitement and just flushed it down the drain. If they can't even muster up a decent trailer, what hope is there for the actual game? This is shaping up to be a real stinker, folks.
This is, and the reason it's so bad is because at the beginning of the trailer, it's an old trailer from the first ARK. Yeah, this is, isn't it? The first announcement trailer right at the beginning for ARK Survival Evolved back in 2015. And then they go in straight into an AI man swimming in the ocean, and then onwards from that. I don't even want to watch it. And do you know why AI stuff like this is bad for trailers? It's pretty much like false.
The classic bait and switch. Using AI-generated visuals can definitely feel like a cheap trick, especially when it's misleading. If they're trying to sell us on a world of adventure, but can't even deliver genuine content, it's a major red flag. Trailers should excite, not confuse or disappoint. This is shaping up to be a real mess, and I'm not sure how they plan to recover from this one.
False advertisement for like a game that you want to pick up. So if you're looking to when you think about gaming and how long you've been gaming before, what is it that you want from a game when you're looking to buy it? You check out the trailer, right? So if you're checking out a trailer for a new DLC or a new game and you want to see what it's like, if you're watching this, you are having absolutely no idea what this is. Literally, this could be anything. Like, this could be just a totally different game.
Exactly. If a trailer leaves you scratching your head, wondering if you're even looking at the right game, that's a huge problem. It's like they're trying to sell us a mystery box instead of giving us a clear picture of what to expect. If they can't even communicate what this game is about, how do they expect anyone to get excited? This is shaping up to be a real flop.
You can obviously watch it and get an understanding, oh, this is similar to ARK, but what is that? Like, that's not like the squids in ARK. That's just some random. And don't get me wrong, I've thought that over time that you could get some cool artwork done from AI. You get some cool looking stuff. You can, but this is like, this looks like we've got Starfield underwater. Like, this has nothing to do with ARK whatsoever.
Now we're getting somewhere. If this underwater scene has nothing to do with ARK, then what's the point? It feels like they're just throwing random visuals at us and hoping something sticks. If they can't connect the dots between the visuals and the game's identity, it's going to leave players feeling lost. This is starting to feel more like a showcase of pretty graphics than a coherent game concept.
However, this Survivor, again, nothing to do with ARK apart from the itchy. And then this looks like a new wingsuit, that underwater glider from maybe like an Aberration water variant or something like that. This probably won't be, none of this will probably even be part of the map. This giant octopus may.
Now that's a bold claim. If they're throwing in a giant octopus that has nothing to do with the actual gameplay, it just adds to the confusion. It's like they're trying to dazzle us with flashy visuals instead of giving us substance. If this is just eye candy with no real connection to the game, it's going to leave players feeling cheated. Let's hope they can pull it together before it's too late.
An octopus, maybe it's real, but yeah, I mean, I have to say that just from seeing this trailer, I can't bring myself to watch it again. I do have to admit it's really sort of made me worried for the future, and what it looks like is, you know, I feel like personally Snail Games needs to stay as far away from anything else related to ASA, like Wildcard have said in that tweet.
Now that's a strong statement. If they're feeling the need to distance themselves from anything related to ASA, it raises some serious red flags. It sounds like they're aware of the potential backlash and are trying to protect their reputation. If they want to succeed, they better take that advice to heart and focus on delivering something that actually resonates with players. Otherwise, they might just end up sinking like a stone.
In that tweet, like about that, you know, when they said that, you know, they're going to be focusing on it, anything to do with ASA, anything to do with ARK 2, they need to stay completely far away from it, because this is like an embarrassment and a complete embarrassment. I don't even think, like, how can you watch this trailer and get any hype from it or anything like that? This is the worst trailer I've ever seen, and I'm being that savage about it. And when anyone sort of says to me, oh, do you ever worry about any, you know, bridges you may burn with Snail Games? I don't, because, as you know, that's past for me now. That's past for me, because when you see this, I don't feel proud of this at all as a content creator who, you know, has dedicated so much of his life to wanting to do this channel, promote the game, and, you know, as a young kid, made some content mistakes myself. But this is a corporation, a major corporation we're talking about. Like, this, and they can't pay someone to whip them up a really nice ARK trailer.
Now that's a valid point. If a major corporation can't even produce a decent trailer, it raises serious questions about their commitment to the project. It's like they're relying on flashy visuals without putting in the effort to create something meaningful. If they can't get the basics right, what hope do we have for the actual game? This is starting to feel like a major misstep on their part.
Trailer, they couldn't work with someone in the ARK community to pay them to make a top of the range trailer.
Exactly. If they can't collaborate with talented artists to create something that truly represents the game, it feels like a huge missed opportunity. It's not just about flashy graphics, it's about crafting a narrative and a vibe that resonates with players. If they're cutting corners here, it doesn't bode well for the overall quality of the game. This is starting to feel like a real letdown, and I'm not sure how they plan to recover from this.
Trailer using cheap AI products to make something. And then look, if we come down to the comments here, your syntax straight away, this is disgusting and you should be ashamed of yourself. There's a bit of ARK in your AI. Garuga, this is so embarrassing. Is this an out of season April Fool's prank? What did I just watch?
Now that's a reaction. If viewers are questioning whether this is an April Fool's prank, you know the trailer has completely missed the mark. It's one thing to be underwhelming, but to leave people genuinely confused or embarrassed, that's a whole new level of failure. If they can't even deliver a coherent message, it's hard to see how they expect to win over fans. This is shaping up to be a disaster of epic proportions.
Watch. Generally, how did y'all think someone or anyone could be happy with this? Come on now. I just don't see anything. Look, ain't no way. Imagine tuning into a presentation and seeing this. This is the thing. This is killing what was so great about ASE. And ASE needs to be left alone. ASE needs to be left alone to have just to be left to see the beautiful memories that we all had on that game for many years before. And we just don't need any more to do with this. Do you know, if I think the best possible scenario in this situation is if they want to release the DLC for ASE and for those ASE players, then do it. But then the thing is, it could be absolutely terrible, and we don't even know how much this is yet. I mean, I said in a video that what if it's free? I don't think this is going to be free. They haven't even set a price. What does it even say? Premiering at Uncharted Waters Await in ARK Aquatica. What am I can't even speak anymore. It's really late now. Premiering at GDC, this latest expansion takes survival to the deep blue with new creatures, mechanics, and dangers lurking below. Watch the official trailer now. There's no links to anything. It's just all so unprofessional. Really, really is so unprofessional. And I mean, I can't imagine there's one.
It's hard to argue with that. If the presentation feels unprofessional, it's a major turn-off for potential players. First impressions matter, and if they can't even get the basics right, it raises serious concerns about the entire project. It's like they're setting themselves up for failure before they even get started. Let's hope they can turn this around before it's too late.
Is there going to be one positive comment? I really don't think there's going to be one single positive comment on this. Yeah, that's it. And this is the real sad thing about this, is that, you know, you have one of the most dedicated ARK. You have one of the most dedicated ARK fan bases in the entire community, in the industry, not community. And sometimes as an ARK player, it can feel like you're being taken for granted. And this is what happens when this is the feeling of being taken for granted.
That's a powerful sentiment. When a dedicated fan base feels overlooked, it can lead to frustration and disappointment. If the developers aren't acknowledging their commitment and passion, it's a recipe for disaster. Fans deserve better than feeling taken for granted. Especially after years of support, this could really hurt the relationship between the community and the developers if they don't turn things around.
Being taken for granted, because you need to put some love, you need to put some passion, and you need to show your fans. Do you know what? Snail has got a terrible reputation, but as I said earlier, if they had gone through, got a really awesome trailer made by a professionalist and paid them for it, because I'm sure they've got the money somewhere, and they had worked on this we don't really know what this DLC looks like properly yet. Well, we've seen some screenshots in my other video, and we've also seen the other trailer, which was awesome. awful, and actually put some time and effort into it and said we wanted to give some final love to Ark Survival Evolved, then that's potentially, then some people would be excited about it. But there's no official servers. The servers are dead on that game. They haven't been open since September 2023. None of this makes any sense. If Snail wanted to work on a DLC for ASA, Studio Wildcard probably don't want them to go anywhere near it, because who even knows how good they are at making stuff in-house? I think all the stuff they do in-house is AI, and I have no idea. I reckon some people are saying they even feel like this could be a mod. Like, because Antarctica's been a mod in the past, right? And there's a new I keep saying Antarctica, don't I? Aquatica mod, premium mod, isn't there, on ASA? So, anyway, I think I have shared my opinion on this, and I knew it was gonna be and I'm sorry that today has been just pure savage, but I have to call things out. I have to be more transparent. I need to, I don't even know how any ARK YouTuber could sit and in front of this and be like, oh wow, like you couldn't even do it. It's that bad. But anyway, Snail, I hope you see the reaction. I hope you change your mind on this, and I hope you don't go ahead with this or change things up. But this is actually going to be at GDC 2025, and I actually can't even believe they've accepted it. I thought they would have declined it. Anyway, no, and that's enough complaining now. It's time for me to head into the Discord and take a break from looking at things like this. Catch you guys in my next video. Leave a like and subscribe.
Well, we've reached the end of this delightful little exercise in disappointment, haven't we? I went in hoping to see some semblance of a well-crafted teaser for ARK, but instead, I was treated to a glorious showcase of how to confuse and frustrate your audience. From the recycled intro fluff to the haphazard visuals that felt disconnected from anything related to the game, I spent more time rolling my eyes than being entertained. My expectations from the intro, they were met, alright, met with a giant leaping disappointment that stinks worse than my bog after a heavy rain. They promised us a trailer that would dazzle, and instead, they served up a dish of total bafflement. If this is what they call progress, I'd hate to see what failure looks like. In conclusion, it seems like this trailer was less a glimpse into a new adventure, and more a montage of chaos and confusion, with zero connection to what made ARK appealing in the first place. Now, if they think they can impress me with flashy graphics that don't match the gameplay, they might as well be trying to sell me a bridge made of marshmallows. And remember, folks, if you enjoyed watching me trudge through this mess as much as I enjoyed suffering through it, give that like button a poke and maybe even subscribe if you want more of my cynical rants. Who wouldn't want to see a grumpy old toad critique the absurdity of the internet? Until next time, keep your expectations low and your scoffs ready.